Well, I've got to tell you, we've had a very lovely night here at Ellen Road. Leeds running out 3-1 winners against Nottingham Forest. Simon Grayson and Michael Bridges in the studio with us, guys. That's exactly what we wanted at the beginning of tonight. 3 points, no matter how it came in the end, it came in really good fashion.
Yeah, look, we spoke at half-time about what was required the second half. Pretty much what we wanted. Early goal, see the game out. Really, look, we're going into this game under a little bit of pressure. We all knew what was at stake without really talking it up too much, but we knew that we couldn't afford to lose tonight, and it was a real good professional performance with some really good in-possession stuff, created chances, but out of possession as well. I thought we worked really hard, right? People chasing lost causes, making tackles, making blocks, and deservedly so got the 3 points, and everybody can breathe.
Do you know what I loved? At half-time, we were all excited. We said the next goal is crucial. Thankfully, we got it, but that was a stat at half-time I was watching, and it was about 25 minutes into the second half. We had 11 touches inside the opposition box. We had shots on target. We had attempts at goal. Forest had 0-0-0, and that for me, 3-0 up and seeing their stats, I just thought so professional, disciplined, organised, all round. Every player, and even the players that came on, knew what it meant to get that result against Nottingham Forest tonight, and credit to them, because it wasn't pretty conditions. I'll tell you what, maximise, it was so good.
Ellen Road is pretty much emptying out. I suspect outside the party's continuing at the moment.
All the way till Sunday, they will.
But tonight in here, it was really electric, wasn't it? And especially, 2 goals in quick succession in the first half, and then that one, that felt like it was going to be the killer blow at the start of the second half. The fact that they came out and they just went straight for the jugular.
Well, we said at half-time that the next goal was going to be so important, and we had to make sure that we didn't go looking for it too open, but give them the opportunity to get it. And it was a great goal, to be fair, great ball in, and Calvert-Lewin scores a goal. So overall, it was a real good, strong performance. They've got some talented players and have been on a good run. I think they're unbeaten in the last 4 games, and they're always going to be hard-working and ask you questions. But we look like we're a team that are enjoying what we're doing. They all know the roles and responsibilities, and the key elements of games, in possession, out of possession, we're doing them very, very well.
And as a striker, that goal for Dom, we talked about the opportunities in the first half where you hit the crossbar with the header, you hit the post, and he's been really close to getting that moment. I know how big this is for him as a striker when you need a goal, and the way that Gruev put the ball into an area, I didn't actually know what Dominic was going to do with it for a finish, and the way that he's used his chest, he's thought, well, I failed with my foot in the last game against Newcastle, I failed my head in this game, in the last game, and he said, I'm going to try something different. It was just so instinct, but I think it was all to do with the quality of the delivery from Gruev.
He probably also thought that he couldn't be bothered to get his leg up, and he couldn't be bothered diving, so I'll use my chest. But to be fair to Gruev, his assists for tonight were really good. His set pieces were really good. Again, I said out of possession, we're on the front foot, we're winning second balls, and then having a bit of quality to find a perfect cross and getting across that near post area like he does. It's a great centre forwards goal.
He's asked for the ball though. He's put his hands out and taken. I mean, he's probably not expecting it chest high, so he's had to then score it in the way that he has. But he's asked for it. Gruev spotted it. Second assist of the night for Ilya Gruev, who had a really good game as well, Bridgie.
He did, and I think that's what's more impressive, that the players that have been in and around and on the out and getting game time, the lads that are coming into that slot, like, James Justin coming in, doing a job once again, he's held his position in there. Gruev coming in at the opportunity and just doing great things. The work rate, the energy that he showed throughout the whole game. I mean, he was running from end to end, Gruev, the engine on him, but the quality now, getting the assist, 2 of them tonight, special game for him in a big moment as well.
I think also what we've seen over the last 2-3 months, there's real collectiveness and spirit about the team and the group together, that when they're left out, they don't seem to be sulking. They want to come into the team when they get that chance and be ready for it. Okafor was another player that we questioned a little bit, not had great form, but I think he played really well tonight. There's that togetherness and a point to prove that when you've been out the team, that you want to go in and put on a performance for the supporters, yourself and the manager as well.
Just go back to that Manchester City first half when we got absolutely obliterated. Second half, the new system, the new style. Look at the matches and how well the players are playing in this system. And like Simon's just said there, the competition for places, everybody is thriving and loving it.
We'll get you some reaction from hopefully Daniel Farquharson, hopefully one of the Leeds players involved in this big win tonight. It's all smiles up here. It's been all smiles down on the pitches. It all smiles with our commentary team of Bryn Law and Tony DeRigo. Let's find out their thoughts post-match, guys.
Yeah, it's all smiles down here as well. Got to confirm that because we've watched something good tonight, haven't we?
We have, because the pressure was on. This is one of those games where you hope the players, stand up and be counted, show what they're about. All of the things that you ask of a player and a team that are, trying to survive, trying to fight for their lives. And it was such a big game that they come through it with flying colours. The way that they did it was superb. Stuck together, showed a lot of quality, great endeavour. The physical work that they put in was wonderful. And we looked at the players that performed outstandingly well. Yes, we could go 1 to 11 just about, but there were some unsung heroes in there that tonight were wonderful.
If you want to see that journey that Leeds are making here, maybe compare with the game at the City Ground. Because there's such a contrast with that, isn't there?
There is, and I think after that City Ground, I think we talked and think, well, we could be in a bit of bother here. Since then, we've been, fantastic. And yes, our tactics have changed slightly. I think it's more to do with the flexibility and the way that we can play. The belief, came through the players. You can feel it, you can see it. The results started to come as well. We've been outplayed just a couple of times this season. I think the champions twice against the same team. But apart from that, I think we've given everyone a really good game. And always said, under the lights here, we are a difficult side, and tonight just showed it.
It does add something, doesn't it? It's an incredible record that Leeds have under the floodlights now, midweek matches.
It is, and I think right back at the start of the season, we're looking at, how can we stay in the Premier League? What tactics can we use? How are we going to play? Well, one of the big pluses was always going to be Ellen Road Stadium. If we can get that right, get those wins at home, just pick up a few bits away from home, we're going to be okay. And it looks like that's exactly what we're doing.
If you were pushed into a position where you had to name a man of the match tonight,
don't do that to me.
Who might it be?
Who might it be? I could pick a load of different players. Bogle will be right up there. Ilya Gruev will be right up there. I mean, some of the balls he was delivering, positions he was taking up, tackles, corner kicks, you name it, James Justin. I could go on and on. Is there any more you want to know?
Carl Darlow.
Carl Darlow, you're right, and I think first half put off an important save at the right time. Clearly, he'll be disappointed with the goal he conceded against Arsenal, but if you look back at the previous, 10, 15, 20 games, he's been solid as a rock, and tonight pulled off some very important saves, you're right.
So 3 points is all you get for the performance, but what it does to the table ahead of the weekend fixtures is a good thing, isn't it? A positive thing.
It's a really good thing. I'm going to have a great weekend. I don't know about you, Bryn. I think everyone else is as well. We're going to have a wonderful weekend. It is, and everyone will be looking at that table now and think, 9 points, West Ham, thinking, we've got to win at Burnley. We've got to win. So not an easy place to go, as we know as well. But again, what we're doing is we're catching those above. So we're level now, I think, with Palace and Spurs. That feels pretty good to me.
Feels pretty good to me as well. We're on the road, of course, in midweek, off to Chelsea for what looks like a difficult one.
Yeah.
So recovery time, well, they got a little bit extra, haven't they, here? But there's going to be some who've put in a right shift tonight who are going to need a rest.
I'm tired just commentating on the darn thing. I looked at Okafor, I looked at Aronson come off, I looked at Bogle coming off. Yeah, they give everything. That's all they can do. But the professional footballers, you have to recover well, sleep well, and prepare for the next game. And they'll be going to Stamford Bridge, putting on a good show.
All in. That's how we like
Absolutely.
it here at Ellen Road. Excellent night, and hopefully we'll have a player for you very shortly.
Yeah, thanks, guys. As soon as we get any more reaction from down pitch side, we will bring that to you here on Matchday Live. So a really good win, as I was saying the players will be getting some rest, sleep. I don't think there's many fans leaving tonight getting ready for sleep anytime soon. It's kind of party time, isn't it? Because as we were saying with the table, and the guys were saying there, 9 points, adding the goal difference to 10 effectively is what it is to West Ham, who of course go to Burnley tomorrow. I mean, the pressure on both those teams, but in particular you'd say West Ham to have to go and get something from that game.
Well, we said before the game, if we win tonight, it puts the pressure on the other teams, and we've gone and done that. We've done what we can do, win the football match, and other teams will be looking, going, Leeds have won, look really impressive. And I'm not just talking the teams below us, I'm on about teams that are above us that we're trying to catch now as well and bring back into
Palace
that.
And Spurs are
Crystal Palace, Spurs are prime examples of that. So it's like people talk about going first when it's the top end of the pitch, when you're challenging for championships. At the bottom end, you can win before your teams around you play. You put some pressure on them.
We mentioned Dominic Calvert-Lewin and his goal. What we didn't say at the time, but worth reflecting on, that's 10 for the season, Bridget. I mean, to get to double figures, there aren't that many Premier League strikers that get to double figures, regardless of what team you're playing in. I mean, it's a real achievement, isn't it?
Absolutely, and credit to himself, because of the way that he's handled the situation to make sure that he is looking fit, he's looking sharp. There's a lot of work goes into that. The management behind it, with Daniel Farke and the staff that have done that, and also the big decision that was made at the football club to sign somebody that was quite injury prone, taking a so-called gamble, but he was a free player. And there's so many teams in this Premier League division now looking around thinking, wow, what we could do with this player. And Leeds have, you know, he's repaying Leeds for the faith that we've shown in signing him. And mate, they keep the goals coming. Keep the goals coming. And he's knocking on the door for that England call-up. I'm telling you, he's going to be in the next squad.
It'd be interesting what they actually do behind the scenes with him, because when you've had a player that's been out injured, like at Everton, the period that he's had, and he comes to a new club, does he train as much as the other players? Does he sort of not have as much workload? Are they manage the minutes sometimes, like he played 90 odd minutes tonight, but there's other games he's been taken off. I think the people behind the scenes as well play a big part in this, the fitness coaches and etc., because they are managing his load and not putting his body through extra sessions when maybe he doesn't need that.
Yeah. And in terms of
every time I see him play as well now, I watch him a lot when he was at Everton. I know he was playing through the pain barrier on several occasions, but you could tell his body language. It almost became the point where you could see he wasn't enjoying his football. He's got a new lease of life. He's playing with a smile on his face, and that goes a hell of a long way. And I know exactly what it's like and how hard it is to go through an injury crisis to get back to scoring that many goals in the Premier League again and doing it. I couldn't get there. I couldn't get anywhere near go down the divisions to get me love of the game. He's spot on. What a player.
Okay, let's get some more post-match reaction down in the tunnel. We got the manager for you, Daniel Farke.
We have indeed. Daniel, you have to be a happy manager. That was a really good performance, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm proud of my boys today. It was, of course, an important game for us, and especially after defeat, it's always important how you respond, and then to respond with such an emphatic performance against a strong side. They have were really good in the form table last 5 games, and then to win this fully deserved. I think 80 minutes was an outstanding performance. Didn't allow them to have one foot into this game. We scored 3 goals, could have perhaps scored the 4th one. Yeah, and then it's football. Somehow we had a few injuries of important players. Get also a bit exhausted. They brought a giant in, and he was able to find the header. And yes, of course. And they thought for the first time, oh, we are also in the game and can score a goal here. And then you get a bit nervous because we were exhausted. But also then to show this spirit and this fight, also to bring it over the line. Fantastic night for my boys, and I'm proud of them.
It wasn't just about great goals, was it? It was about the desire that they showed throughout from the first minute to the last.
It was crucial today, and we spoke before the game about it, that we wanted, if we lose the ball, not allow Nottingham at all to develop the game, because they have great quality up front and are so strong on the counter attack. We want to make sure that we control all the situations once we lose the ball, because of course with our dominance and possession sometimes you have to take risks, but also that we don't show any disappointment, are on it and are there with good counter pressing. And in this topic, the Leeds were top class today.
I think certainly the physical aspect, the tempo we play at as well. But I go back to the desire. I think the group has such a desire to succeed, don't they?
Yes, also once you have such a good start into the game and you don't reward yourself and hit the crossbar and miss a great chance, and then due to 2 or 3 mistakes, they also had a step in the game and perhaps 3 or 4 corner kicks or whatever. Then to show this mentality, no, we want to win this. So it felt like today the lads have worked their socks off and played their hearts out. So it meant so much to them, and this desire is outstanding in the group.
I think also just a word for Ilya Gruev as well, because we don't normally see him so far up the pitch, delivering great crosses in, corner kicks as well. He was a real inspiration tonight.
He looked like a mix out of Stoichkov and whatever Lothar Matthäus in Germany. Was defending wise everywhere. 2 assists I think today. Great in the attack. Fantastic passes. For me probably best player on the pitch. And even later on I think looked pretty depleted because also blood was all over his face. But he embodies more or less what we are all about. So much fight, so much desire, and perhaps not always perfect, but today was an unbelievable performance, and compliments to Ilya.
Ellen Road under the floodlights. Well, your record, Ellen Road in midweek under the floodlights, is remarkable. Yeah. What is the thing here? What helps the players here in these circumstances?
I don't know. In general, our home record is good anyway, but of course, when the floodlight is on and the weekend is ahead, then everyone is buzzing even a bit more. But it's sadly also not a guarantee that you win all the games. You always have to deliver a performance first, and this is what the lads have done today. And for that, many compliments. So we have made sure that everyone who is connected with Leeds United, our supporters, and also you guys are allowed to celebrate this weekend. Do it proper.
I knew it, Daniel. Well done. That's it, boss.
That's very kind. I will do.
Okay.
Thank you.
We've listened. Good man.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
There you go, the manager, Daniel Farke. He wants us to celebrate, guys. Come on, let's just pack. No, we're going to hopefully hear from Noah Okafor shortly. But you've got to celebrate wins, don't you? As a manager, you have to. Yes, there's the next game coming up, but you also have to take in the moment and get excited about it and celebrate.
Yeah, 100%. Because over your career, there's many dark days where you sort of feel the other end of the spectrum of it. You're down and you feel sorry for yourself, but. Nights like tonight are special nights. Under the lights, the atmosphere. I went outside earlier and it was absolutely rocking the place, and the goals just lead to that. There's a wonderful connection between the manager, the players and the supporters at this moment in time, and you do have to enjoy moments because football can kick you where it hurts at times.
Oh yeah, it certainly can do that. Look, last week it was a different story, wasn't it, against Arsenal, a 4-0 defeat. So park that game for a moment. But generally speaking, most teams come in here, it looks like the players are going out there with a sense of, chests puffed out and we're going to take points tonight.
Absolutely. Handle the atmosphere, handle the occasion, and knowing how the magnitude of that game tonight against Forest, knowing that you're in that bottom half relegation zone, to come through that effortlessly in the way they did. I think that's why the manager was so proud there, because the lads were magnificent.
Well, he was. Let's head to the tunnel and get some post-match reaction from Noah Okafor. Noah, great to have you join us. Thank you so much. Fantastic win tonight. How was that for you and the boys?
Yeah, hi, good evening. You see it on my smile. I think it was a really important game for us. From the first second on, we knew we had to be ready. We gave everything. And yeah, really happy about the 3 points.
Now, how do you feel that you've been settling in since you've come to Elland Road and Leeds United since the summer? You feeling comfortable with the surroundings, your teammates and the supporters?
Yes, a lot. It's like my second family. I feel really comfortable. Every morning when I wake up, I go to the training with a smile. So I think we have like an unbelievable atmosphere in the dressing room, in the training each and every day. So I think this shows us also like the performance on the pitch. Now we have just to keep going like this and train every day hard and looking forward for the next game.
I know every time I see you play, you seem to be getting better relationships with Dominic Calvert-Lewin up top. You also seem to be having an incredible partnership on the left-hand side with Goodmanson. How much are you just enjoying that role and supporting the attack, obviously getting the width from Goodmanson, because you just seem to be loving and thriving, like you say, with a smile on your face, but going forward, fantastic.
Yes, I think it's normal, the first games, that we have to know each other a little bit like better, and this comes with each and every training and game. I think we are settled in like way better than the start of the season. Dom is a top striker. Like, I'm on and off the pitch really good with him, so we have to understand each other well. Also on the left side with Gabi, he's an unbelievable fullback. So I think, the way we speak, the way we are in training, the way we are in games, we just like support each other, go for each other, fight for each other. And then the rest in the final third is like I enjoy my game, I try to show my quality and challenge the opponent each and every moment of the game. Yeah, that's a part of my game, and in the end, when I can assist and score and help the team with 3 points, is amazing.
Well, you mentioned scoring, you mentioned the goal. First goal went in, there was some noise in here. When yours went in, the roof lifted off. So let's show you the goal. Noah, talk us through this, because it must have been some feeling for you to get on the end of that one, and some great work in the build-up from James Justin as well. But you talk us through the goal. Can you see the goal there, Noah?
Yes.
Yeah, talk us through that feeling then.
Amazing. I just waited for this. It's always happy. I'm always happy when I score. Yeah, give me like the confidence. Yeah, I worked hard for this. I try to get every day better. Yeah, but I'm more happy about the 3 points. Was a really...
What was more impressive as well for me was the knee slide with the celebration, because that took the roof off. You enjoyed that, I could tell by the smile, but James Justin played a huge part in that to pick you out, but it's still got to find the back of the net, and I thought it was a fantastic celebration.
With this system that you're playing now, you're obviously more of an out-and-out player in your previous clubs. That be playing as that sort of left side number 10 in the 3-4-3 at times, drifting around. And Daniel's obviously give you the licence to go sort of from outside to inside, and scoring from the middle of the goal must be something that Daniel's just allowing you to go and express yourselves.
I think. You can call it like a 3-4-3. Sometimes I'm a little bit in the pocket, sometimes I'm wide. It's good when we have, during the game, a little bit a mix of both. So sometimes I'm a little bit in the pocket, sometimes I'm wide. And I like sometimes when I have the game in front of me. But I settled in, I spoke a lot with the staff, and show some videos that I feel more and more comfortable when I'm in the pocket. And like you can see today also in the game, that I feel really confident and happy. So we just have to keep going like this and work hard.
Congratulations, Noah. You've smiled a lot during this chat with us, which is great. What people didn't see is when the goal went in, the smile was even bigger, but we couldn't see you on the screen there, but we could see how much you were loving seeing that one back. But congratulations, a huge 3 points, and go well for Chelsea on Tuesday.
Well done.
Thank you. Bye.
There you go, live reaction from Noah Okafor, who is smiling all the way home tonight, and rightly so, because Bridgie, was that his best game for Leeds potentially tonight?
I would say, all round. If you're talking about what he's saying there, where he's getting in the pockets, when he gets out wide, he's got an understanding. When he's talking there and explaining it, he knows when Goodmanson's out wide, he has to go in the pocket. When Goodmanson doesn't. So there's the understanding, roles and responsibilities. He talks about the video analysis there that he's worked with the staff on. That's also beneficial to him. That performance tonight, all round, definitely his best game. And Simon, obviously he's off camera now, I can say, Simon was saying this is the game where he's got to shine and got to step the foot, and he did. And that was a marvellous performance.
I think also, when you get wide players, they're obviously very talented, but they have to fit into the framework of the team and do the out of possession stuff. And so many times tonight we saw him tracking back, making sliding tackles, and supporters at this football club love to see people working the socks off and putting the effort and the desire in. And I think he's finding his feet again now. I think we saw him early part of the season. He seemed to get tired on about 65 minutes and got dragged off, and probably didn't show what the capabilities that his pedigree has shown. But that's the bar that he's set now, and he's got to go again on Tuesday night and keep producing it. But you can see how much he's enjoyed tonight, and
that's a lovely interview, by the way. Spoke so well.
I really liked it when Simon was talking about the formation, getting all the numbers mixed up. I enjoyed that bit as well.
You're terrible.
I was just kind of keep him on his toes, by the way.
You know, the 3-5-4-2, 3-5-4. Just very quickly, Daniel Farke said outstanding for 80 minutes.
Yeah.
There was probably a bit tired towards the end. They did concede towards the end there as well, but there was a hell of a lot of desire to see that across the line, even with some tired legs in the end, Bridgie.
There was tired legs, and with tired legs becomes lack of concentration. Errors are there. Got to stay focused. It's not just about your body shutting down with cramp. The mental side of it, the concentration, the communication goes. And I think that's what he was disappointed with, because the clean sheet would have been fantastic. But like he says, they brought a giant on, and if you give good service to a man like Luca, who's shown that he can do it, and that's why Forrest have gone, he's shown it again tonight. So thankfully he didn't get on the end of any more, and I think Daniel would have been saying, listen, this is where we need to tighten up. But it doesn't matter, man. 3-1 win, 3 points, 9 points clear of West Ham.
Yeah.
See you later, job done.
And on Tuesday, of course, go down to Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, who we tore apart. But here, I mean, it really did. It was a fantastic night, wasn't it? And they can go there with not less pressure, because every game there's pressure on it, and you need to, but just with a belief, or just a knowledge that actually they've done their business at home, where they've picked up 3/4 of the points this season. They can go away and have a go at Chelsea.
I think in this run that we've been on, I think the players have just done that. They've taken it game by game, and then they'll go on to the next one. And when you start getting good results and performances, you look forward to the next games, and regardless who you're playing. So Chelsea play tomorrow afternoon, bit of extra time. The other big thing was that Dan James was back, got some minutes into his legs.
Looked good as well.
Everybody, other players, with the strength in depth of the bench was really strong as well. I think we're all moving in a real positive direction, and that's not getting ahead of ourselves, but it's a good place to be.
It'd be nice to be 2-0 up down there at half time as well. I know they came back and did it against West Ham, but they won't.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens on Tuesday night. We've certainly enjoyed Friday night, guys. Thank you so much. 3 goals, 3 points. And we can just enjoy the rest of the weekend now. It's quite nice when it goes like this, isn't it? Leeds are won by 3 goals to 1, make the gap 9 points as well, joint with the teams just ahead of us. It's been a pretty good start to the weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday night here on Matchday Live.
Red Bull gives you wings.